Well, it is 5 o'clock somewhere, and that must mean it's time for another Food for Thought Friday. All right, let's talk leadership. Now, I've said it before that trying to define leadership is a little bit kind of like trying to nail down Jell-O. It's a construct that is elusive. It's squishy. Yet, so many books and articles and pieces of training attempt to do exactly that, to define leadership and then to give steps on how we can improve our leadership. I read a post this week on social media that stated the following: your title doesn't make you a leader. How you choose to treat your employees does. And hey, I get it. If we want to create content that is snappy, that's easily digestible, that's appealing, then that hits all three marks. Absolutely. And I do agree wholeheartedly that a title does not make one a leader. But is it true that how we treat people is the crux? I'm not entirely sure. So let me know down in the comments below. Is that what it really boils down to? Is that what leadership is about? How we treat people? You let me know. Let me know. Give me your feedback. This post expanded on the idea to state that leadership's about creating an environment where your employees feel valued, respected, and motivated. And the poster then provided 5 things that we can do as leaders to make sure that our people feel valued, respected, and motivated. And on the face of things, I actually really like that. I really actually appreciate that. And I'm not trying to dog the content or the post. There are many things that I actually truly do really agree with it. I would give it a like, a thumbs up, a love, and even a share. I really do think it's fantastic. It's pivotal if we want to be effective in leadership, that we need to treat people well. I really, really do believe that. In fact, my mantra that I'll often repeat is, I exist. My aim is to create spaces where all people can do their best work. But here's where I get stuck on this idea or this definition of leadership. Here's where I get stuck. In that whole thing, there's absolutely no mention of providing direction or providing a compelling vision. Should a leader ensure that their team feels valued? Certainly. Certainly. And when that's absent, you probably won't be effective in your leadership role or position or influence. Is it possible to make people feel valued and still fail to lead? Yeah, I think it is, actually. I think it is. Is it possible to make people feel respected and still fail to lead? Yeah, I also believe that it is. Can we possibly create an environment which fosters motivation and still fails to provide direction? Possibly. I'd love your feedback in the comments on that. Motivation itself is a directed activity. But here's precisely where I take issue. Leadership is, in essence, a change process. Leadership is the act of moving a person or people from some point A to some point B, while along the way identifying and removing the roadblocks. Leadership requires directed motivation. And that directed piece is often missing. After all, if you think that you're leading a parade, you turn around and there's nobody following you, unfortunately, you're not leading a thing. You're simply going for a walk. So here we go, leaders. Let's heed the advice of James Kouzes and Barry Posner in their book, The Leadership Challenge. Let's set an example. In other words, show them where we're going. Let's be inspirational In other words, let's inspire that forward motion from point A to point B. Let's challenge the status quo. Let's empower others to act. In other words, let's remove the inevitable roadblocks that will be found along the path from A to B. And finally, let's make sure that we lead with heart. Because how does it go? People don't care what you know until they know that you care. So, what does it really matter, and what's wrong with the prior approach? In my opinion, in my estimation, quite simply, we can create spaces where everybody feels valued and happy, and there's still zero accountability and direction. And this isn't leadership. Leadership requires change. Leadership requires forward motion. So there we go. Can agree? I hope you do. You can disagree. In which case, I hope you post it down below and let me know why and how you disagree and how wrong and completely out of touch I am. Because I really would love your feedback. In any case, I do truly hope that this is food for thought. I hope it helps. Follow me for more.